Anthropic just gave its AI coding agent the power to decide which actions it can take without asking you first. That is a fundamental shift in how developers interact with AI tools, and whether you see it as a breakthrough or a liability depends entirely on how well you understand what just changed. Here is what happened. Anthropic released a new feature for Claude Code called Auto Mode. It is currently in research preview, meaning available for testing but not a finished product. Until now, developers using Claude Code had two options: either approve every single action the AI wants to take, which is slow and tedious, or flip on a setting called dangerously skip permissions, which hands all decision-making to the AI with zero safety checks. Auto Mode sits between those extremes. It uses an AI safety layer to review each action before it runs. It checks for risky behavior the user did not request, and for prompt injection attacks, where malicious instructions are hidden in content the AI processes. Safe actions proceed automatically. Risky ones get blocked. Think of it like giving a junior developer a set of pre-approved tasks. They can refactor a function or run a test suite without pinging you every 30 seconds, but if they try to delete a production database or push code to a live server, the system stops them and asks for your sign-off. This matters right now because it fits into a much bigger picture at Anthropic. The company recently launched Claude Code Review, an automatic code reviewer that catches bugs before they hit the codebase, and Dispatch for Cowork, which lets users send tasks to AI agents to handle independently. Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei has said that over 70 to 90% of code at Anthropic is now touched by AI. The company's own internal research paints a more nuanced picture. Engineers self-reported using Claude for about 60% of work tasks, but more than half said they could fully delegate only 0 to 20% of their work because they still felt the need to check and verify outputs. So Anthropic is clearly pushing toward more autonomy for its AI tools, while its own engineers still keep a tight leash on them internally. Auto Mode is the next step in closing that gap. So, what actually changes for you? First, if you are running autonomous coding loops, the workflow gets meaningfully faster. Anthropic's own data shows Claude Code now chains together about 21 consecutive tool calls without needing human intervention, up from roughly 10 just 6 months ago. Auto Mode amplifies that by removing the approval bottleneck for routine operations. Second, enterprise teams managing multiple AI coding agents can now scale more confidently. Instead of choosing between constant babysitting and the Wild West, you get a middle path. Third, if you are building internal tools or prototypes, the kind of work Anthropic calls tasks that would not have been done otherwise, Auto Mode lowers the friction to let AI handle the repetitive scaffolding while you focus on architecture and design decisions. Now here is what can go wrong, and you need to take this seriously. Anthropic has not detailed the specific criteria its safety layer uses to distinguish safe actions from risky ones. That is a significant transparency gap. If you do not understand the rules the AI is following, you cannot predict edge cases. Google Cloud's Dora research found that a 25% increase in AI adoption was associated with a 7.2% decline in delivery stability. More AI autonomy without proper oversight does not automatically mean better outcomes. There is also the prompt injection risk. Auto Mode checks for it, but no defense is perfect, and the more autonomy you grant, the larger the attack surface. Finally, this feature currently only works with Claude Sonnet 4.6 and Opus 4.6. If your team is on other models or tools, this does not apply yet. Here is what you should do in the next 30 days. 1. If you have enterprise or API access, test Auto Mode in a sandboxed environment. Anthropic explicitly recommends isolated setups separate from production. Do not skip this step. 2. Document what actions your team considers safe versus risky for your specific codebase and workflows before turning on Auto Mode. The AI's judgment is only useful if it aligns with yours. 3. Audit your prompt injection defenses. If your AI agents process external content, like pull requests from outside contributors or third-party data, test whether Auto Mode catches adversarial inputs in your environment. 4. Establish a review cadence. Anthropic's own engineers check AI output closely, rather than handing off tasks without verification. Build that discipline into your team's workflow now, before you scale up autonomy. 5. Track the metrics that matter. Measure not just speed but delivery stability, bug rates, and time spent debugging AI-generated code. If those numbers move in the wrong direction, pull back. The bottom line is this. Anthropic is shifting the permission decision from human to AI, and that is a meaningful architectural change in how software gets built, not just a feature update. If you want to stay ahead of these shifts as they happen, subscribe to AI Blueprint. We break down exactly what matters and what does not every week. Settings: add clean subtitles with outline, large, use only generated clips, use hyper-realistic style, use a male clear American voice for the narrator without music.